Just another crypto hoarder. This is Clif Desmond, and hey, welcome to my little get together. This is the first of our crypto hoarder episodes, and they'll all be on YouTube, and we'll be using Twitter to promote them, and some of our other features, including the puppetry and the edge with the cliff, they're going to be on Facebook and maybe being shared with other, you know, people and groups out there that are available. But this one is the first in our series as just another crypto hoarder. That's me. Because, about a year ago, my brother in law was all excited about what was going on with XRP. And he shared with me all this information and all these conspiracy theories that were going on surrounding this XRP from a company called Ripple. Expected to at some point take off and make a lot of people quite wealthy. Well, that's the expectation because it's supposed to follow what Bitcoin did, and Bitcoin had just done pretty good. I mean, when you get up over $10,000 per crypto coin and you got a couple thousand of them, all of a sudden you're a millionaire, suddenly, very suddenly. Well, not necessarily overnight, but, you know, when all this XRP gets sold off, there's no more. All they can do is sell increments and well, people are still going to be buying it, and it's going to become more valuable. But I found something else that you might be interested in. It's called Algorand. Have you heard of these yet? I found one. I went into my regular Coinbase program to see what was going on, and I had an opportunity to watch a video and answer a question for $2 worth of Algorand, which is a new crypto coin. Very new. I mean, just out for just a few days as far as I know. There's only three countries that it's selling in right now, but they're buying it. And it's up to right around where XRP is right now. We're talking about just under 27 cents. And I mean a fraction under 27 cents right now as far as Algorand goes. But what is Algorand? Here's a very interesting, if you look, you'll see on the screen that in my Twitter account, there's the Algorand Twitter account that we're looking at right here, okay? Now look at the logo. This is very interesting. It looks like an A, and instead of the line going across in the A, the line is sort of like falling down just to the left of the bottom of the A, and it goes at an angle like a graph looks when it's in a bull run. Yeah, like a rising graph. Like when you're watching Fiat Leaks and you're looking at XRP and it tells you how many, what they're up to, but it shows you how many are actually being sold. You got to learn how to watch it. I'm going to show you something with it in a few minutes with the Algorand. But that logo for Algorand, that's like a sigil. And I think that's kind of high-tech looking. It does have a high-tech look. It's the world's first open source, permissionless, pure point-of-sale blockchain protocol dedicated to removing friction from financial exchange. And it was founded by Silvio Macaulay, who is, I guess he's the owner of the Algo Foundation, announcing the launch of Algorand's comprehensive smart contract capabilities that join their existing suite of features to power a new wave of sophisticated applications across DeFi and beyond. Fascinating stuff. Let's play with words now because I've been in radio all my life. I actually work in a brick and mortar radio station, a real live radio station. What I do here is what I do on my own. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. I'm here having fun because I find things and they're fascinating, and I want to know what you know about them and how you could help me in what I'm doing. Just another crypto hoarder. That easy. But let's take the word Algorand. And in this wonderful world of blatant politics everywhere you look, two names come to mind when you hear Algorand, like Al Gore and Rand Paul. Did these two politicians get together and create this? After all, Al Gore is the guy who invented the internet. And you can fact check that. In fact, Al Gore did indeed create the internet. He did. Have you ever heard of an algorithm? Watch this. Hey, Google, is the algorithm named after Al Gore.
On the website Quora.com, they say, is the word algorithm named after Al Gore? Not at all. To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
Okay, so Al Gore and Rand Paul did not create Algorand, which is a cryptocurrency. But in this little contest, you have 3 chances on Coinbase right now. You have 3 chances to win $2 worth of Algorand. And that's a total of $6. Now, let me see if I can find what I wanted to show you. That there's a deal out there that Coinbase is actually giving people the opportunity. What's that? That doesn't look like it. Yeah, okay. All right. Maybe it's back here on this other tab that I saved because Algorand has a monthly roundup that you can look in, but there's one. Here we go. Algorand aims to be scalable, secure, and decentralized. Learn how it works, and you'll earn up to $6 in algo. Coinbase is offering this right now. So that's what I did. I went in there. You watch 3 very informative videos about Algorand, and after each little video, then they ask you one question, and all you do is answer it correctly. You get $2 worth of algo right away. So I did the other 2 questions, and I wound up with $6 worth of algo, which at it was under 24 cents just yesterday. Let's see, it's the 6th day of November, and this is the very first of just another Crypto Hoarder blogs that I'll be throwing up here every once in a while. So feel free to subscribe, hit the like button, share this, and if there's anything that you can add to let me know more about what we're doing here, I love this information. It drives me nuts because I have so much fun with it. And like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's entertainment. It's my personal entertainment. I'm quite entertained by looking into this stuff. Coinbase giving this. So I went and I bought some on top of it. Because nowadays, I use Coinbase Pro. So what I do, I go to Coinbase Pro and I buy some USD instantly. And that USD that you buy instantly on Coinbase Pro, you can use to purchase any cryptocurrency that Coinbase offers or Coinbase Pro offers. And algo is in the mix. So let's go over to Fiat Leak because I want to show you something really cool. In fact, you see the little bubbles that are kind of popping up out of the middle of the bottom of the screen? Let me explain to you what's going on. There are some mega sales going on right now. The 4 little boxes at the bottom of the screen, you've got RUB, which is what? RUB is the Russian ruble. So they're being bought in Russia, the British pound, and the euro. You got Russian rubles, British pound, USD, or US dollars. See the bubbles coming out of this little flag here, USD, go up here and they land and disappear in the USA because these are, and it's up to 27 cents. That's like, 3 to 5 cents more than it was worth last night. But there you have it, Fiat Leak. Let me show you how Fiat Leak works. Because you can actually look at any cryptocurrency real-time sales. So I'm going to make the screen come to life because I'm going to change up here in the URL, fiatleak.com/algo. You back out of the, fiatleak.com/ instead of algo, let's say Bitcoin, BTC. All right. Now you're going to see some action here because, Bitcoin's up to $15,501 per coin. Could you imagine if you had 1,000 Bitcoin? You'd be a multimillionaire right now. But you see these little, they're gold. They're bubbling up out of the USD. All these flags at the bottom of the page, they'll show you where the money's coming from. They're buying the Bitcoin right now with US dollars. Now, there's also something going on. This is going to Russia. See over here on the right-hand side, and it disappears once it gets up into Russia. There's Bitcoin being bought in Russia right now. South Korea is buying it up. Japan's bought a lot of them. But it doesn't just stop there because Fiat Leak will also let you know what's going on with XRP. Just type it in at the end of the URL, and there you have, All right. So XRP is at 25.82, which is, it'll show us 26 cents on the portfolio. And at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the blue bubbles coming up out of USD, going to US, buying XRP right now. Now, there's one going to South Korea. And all across the bottom here, there's Malaysia, there's Australia, there's all kinds of South Africa, the Rand. South Korea just having another. The big bubbles are pretty good size purchases of XRP. The small bubbles are fairly small, like the ones I make, but I make a lot of them. And every time it goes down, that's when I buy more, because you don't want to sell it off just because it went down for a while, because someday you'll definitely regret it. You don't want to regret making the wrong move with your cryptocurrency. That's why I'm in it. That's why I got interested in the first place, because a number of years ago, and it was quite a few years back, a few friends of mine were mining Bitcoins way back when and they were getting them. They were picking them up for like way under $1 each, for just change. And my brother-in-law, who told me about the XRP thing, he did a little research from figuring out for me. He said, well, what did you have? A friend of mine gave me, I think it was like 36 cents in Bitcoin way back when it was probably 50 cents, 75 cents or whatever. But whatever it was at the time, my brother-in-law went ahead and did the research and figured it out in the calculations that 32 cents back then was worth about $6,000 now. And it's no way. Oh, yeah, because it went way up. Bitcoin went way up. And what was just a portion of a Bitcoin then was like a pretty good sized chunk at the time. However, the problem is I couldn't find where it was. It was in a long gone cell phone. It was only 32 cents. I wasn't concerned about 32 cents. What's that? Well, you see what it could have been. That won't happen again. Not if I can help it. So every waking moment, I love to look at what XRP is doing. I love to listen to the hype. I've also purchased XLM because Ripple, who's at war with Swift, for the money of the world, of the planet. They've been at each other for a long time. And Swift is, I noticed that is on the back of my debit card. That's why my debit card is a MasterCard. That's how it works. And then Ripple is moving money faster than money's ever moved before, with this great ability to move large amounts of currency across borders. And that's what's important about XRP. But I mentioned XLM, which is Stellar Lumens, which is a crypto coin that split off from Ripple at one time. It was once part of XRP, and they sort of did something to it and moved it aside. And I thought, wow, they're competitors. What if one does better than the other? So I have equal amounts of both XRP and XLM, okay? And now I'm picking up the Algorands as well, and as we're looking at the fiat leaks, what else would you like to see in that? There's not just XRP. There's XLM, right? That's lunar. Lunar. Stellar Lumens, like illuminating stellar. It's at 8 cents. It was just barely hitting 7 cents when I first bought into it, and I've got thousands of them now, because you buy low and then you wait. I mean, you don't want to get into this to start taking money out right away. You want to leave it there for a while. Put something in there that can grow, that you can leave for your family someday. Because I don't look at being in this for me. I'm being in this for the kids and the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren. Be nice to be able to leave something to them, since I didn't have a 401k my whole life, things like that. I never really got into any kind of investing, except what I found out about a little gift of Bitcoin all those years ago would have been worth now compared to what it was worth then. Insignificant 32 cents. Ha! I literally threw it away because I didn't know what to do with it. And then years later, when we found out that it was worth a whole lot more, there was no way to find it or retrieve it. An old cell phone with the data on it. I didn't have any, one of those nano things that store your crypto for you. I didn't have any of that. Didn't know anything about that. So I definitely got into it. I really, really got to where I really liked what was going on, really love what's happening. And I'll go in here and I'll be looking at Algorand powering a mock global election on the Algorand blockchain. And you can participate. Don't miss your chance to vote. What? Last chance to vote. This is like several days after the election, and they've slowed down because I don't think they like the outcome of it. They need to change it. Last chance to vote on your mock global U.S. presidential election built on Algorand blockchain using quadratic voting to enable voters to express the degree of preference for multiple candidates instead of the one vote one person system. Oh, the brainiacs are trying to figure it out. Because all we need to do is learn how to control the elections, and they cease to be, elections. There'll be appointees. Algorand has a Europe accelerator. Planet Watch is leveraging Algorand to record, track, and reward crowdsourced environmental data. And the AMA, CEO of Watch, what are they doing? What did Algorand is going back and forth with these folks, and my Google Home device thinks I'm asking it a question. I don't know if you can hear it when it does. And no, Al Gore and Rand Paul did not create Algorand, but it's something worth your looking at, because I'm not a financial advisor. You need to do your own research. You want to definitely do that. Don't take my word for anything, because I'm not giving financial advice. Not a financial advisor, not. And it's not a good idea to buy or sell anything because I said something about it, because technically, theoretically, I have no idea what I'm talking about, which is why I'm here, because I'm very, very curious. So if there's anything that you can, leave me a message. I'm on Twitter. Clif Desmond with one F, CLIF. I'm working on my website. It's up there now, clifdesmond.net. Clif Desmond with one F, CLIFDESMOND. There are 3 phases planned for the website. First and foremost, just another crypto hoarder, where you'll find this video when you're not on YouTube. It's there too. Okay. The other 2, one of them is the puppetry of Clif Desmond, where there's a free puppet pattern and instruction ebook you can download and start making your own puppets. And these puppets are so yours that you can sell them on eBay. You can make them and create your own videos with them. Now, remember, music is something else. You can't just throw any music on your YouTube videos because it's copyrighted material. So it needs to be original. I'm going to have some puppets with original stuff and some original music that they'll be performing, okay? And then the 3rd phase of clifdesmond.net, The Edge with the Cliff, sort of a paranormal, parabiblical analyzation of things, and a look at Scripture the way you've never, ever imagined to look at it. Could you imagine, if you will, if we could go back and correct the mistakes that King James made in translating? I'm not talking about the plagiarism mistakes where the Gutenberg Bible became the King James. A lot of it became King James, but there was a few other factors too. Factors by manipulators who commandeered the Scriptures to create a fear, guilt, and control matrix. But that's not all The Edge with the Cliff is about. The Edge with the Cliff is for seekers. And when we find people who are special, we're going to feature them. And one of the phases of The Edge with the Cliff that we're creating is another one called Insiders in the Spiritual Realm. Are you an insider in the spiritual realm? Are you a fortune teller? Maybe a scryer? A seeker? Just figuring it all out for the first time? Or are you mastering ascension? and things like that. And you have some information that the world needs to know. Insiders in the spiritual realm, watch for it coming soon on The Edge with the Cliff. The Edge with the Cliff, Just Another Crypto Hoarder, and the puppetry of Clif Desmond, that's me, is all available on my website, which I'm building a new one. There's still some stuff up there that you can look at, though. Clif Desmond with one F, clifdesmond.net. It'll take you to what's up there now, which is about to change because we're going to fine-tune it and going to make it real pretty. And we're going to have a lot of video and stuff up on that site. But you can go there now, especially if you know anybody who wants to be a puppet maker, maybe a young person who dreams of becoming a ventriloquist. You need a puppet, and it's expensive to have professional puppet makers make the puppets for you. I was making puppets with this pattern, the same pattern, and you can do the same thing. I was making puppets with this pattern and selling them on eBay. And I'd start the bidding out at $1. And some of these puppets were so cute, people can't resist thinking they might be able to get it for just $1. So the bidding begins, but by the time it ends, well, the least I ever got, in an eBay auction for each of these puppets was $30. But that's a little bit more than what it costs for the material. The material is very inexpensive. And it's all in the free ebook that you can download at clifdesmond.net. Clif Desmond's Puppet Pattern and Instruction ebook. Read all the directions first. And it gets real tricky once you sew everything together and you have to create the body all together as one because you're building the head, the torso, and 2 arms with hands and fingers on them. And that's from 6 pieces of 9 by 11 inch felt squares that you buy at the craft section at your favorite department store or at a fabric store. You've seen them. They're very cool. They come in many colors and textures. 9 by 11 inch felt squares is what you'll need. And they're not very expensive at all. In fact, for a while, they were only like $1. They were like 50, 75 cents, $1. And over the years, they've gone up. And the eyes are made of the plastic googly eyes, not Google the search engine, but googly like you shake the puppet and his eyes roll around. You've seen those. You'll see them. I've got pictures of the puppets up on the website, and every one of them was made with that pattern. But the highest I made off of the puppets when I was selling them on eBay auctions was like $30, $40. That was awesome because $30, $40, I mean, if they sold for that much, I didn't even have to charge for shipping because wow, people were buying these because they said, oh, they were so cute. Well, they have a really good look, and there's 2 ways of doing the mouthpiece, one of which you have to kind of sew the mouthpiece into the head while it's inside out, then turn it right side out and put it inside of the torso before you sew the torso together because you're going to need to turn it right side out afterwards, and it's going to have to be done right. But the instructions help with that. Enough about the puppets for now, but back to Just Another Crypto Hoarder. All excited now about Algorand. Hope you are too. This is the first Just Another Crypto Hoarder with Clif Desmond. It's a little blog that we're going to be doing right here, wherever you found it, whether it be on YouTube or maybe you looked at this video on Twitter. That'll be a great way to get a hold of me. Hit me up on Twitter, by golly. It's Clif Desmond with one F, CLIFDESMOND. The website, the same, clifdesmond.net, CLIFDESMOND.net. And hey, we shall see you in cyberspace. We're all excited about it. So, hey, let's continue to seek and find out what's going on with cryptocurrency and how we can all get a part of it for a piece of the action someday, hopefully, for something that we can maybe leave to our grandchildren and great-grandchildren, because that's how life-changing cryptocurrency can be. If any of these other coins go the same route as Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin, we just looked at it on Fiat Leak. Fiat Leak will look up any crypto coin that you want to watch, and there, yeah. Bitcoin right now, one Bitcoin. If you wanted to purchase one Bitcoin, or if you have one Bitcoin, it's worth $15,500 right now. Now, if you had 1,000 Bitcoins, multiplied by 15,500, you'd have like $15.5 million. It's ridiculous. Unbelievable profit and gain can occur, but not overnight. Don't expect anything to happen overnight. There's a story being told out there about how long it takes for a sprout bamboo tree. It takes like 7 years. It sits under the ground, not doing a thing. And then after 7 years, in just a couple of months, it's like 20, 30 feet up in the air, because you have to wait until it's time, and then it does its thing. And then you can think about contacting the IRS and making a deal to try to get some money out and pay the taxes right then. That's what my plan will be. I'm going to want to do that. I'm going to want to pay those taxes as soon as the money comes out, because I don't want to get into heavy-duty tax liabilities by waiting a year and then trying to raise the money. You see, I want to leave that in there until it becomes something worth getting into, and I can put right into a trust fund or a series of trust funds if necessary. But I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take my advice, and I'm not taking my advice either. I tell you what my opinion might be, what I'd like to do, what I think I should do. If you see something, if I tell you something that you know darn well I'm on the road to error, well, make a note. Send me a message of sorts. Show me somebody who can answer my questions. Now, I like listening to all the blogs out there. In fact, some of these guys, they started out talking about XRP, and I'm listening to them and going nuts, enjoying their shows. And all of a sudden, they started reporting news, like scary news, real news, that was quite different from the news that the national news media was giving us. Some of them were doing a pretty darn good job, and all of a sudden, Twitter and Facebook told them, you're not going to do this anymore. And they were pulled down. Whoa. That's got to be kind of hard, because some of those guys make a living off of doing blogs. If they monetize their YouTube account and they get hundreds of thousands of views, well, they make a little bit of money, I mean, the internet is kind and does share some of the profit with you, but you got to follow the rules. That's the trick of it all. So on behalf of myself and my entire staff of basically me, just another crypto hoarder, Clif Desmond, thanking you for letting me be a part of your day today.